We have SaroVati versus Overclocked Gaming's Andro. The players have switched colors, so now you can see them a little bit better. We've got in the purple is SaroVati. He's going to be on the right-hand side of the map. And on the left is going to be Overclocked Gaming's Andro. He's going to be the green Protoss. Now we're going to be playing Central Mists AE. It's going to be a pretty good map for Protoss versus Protoss. This might actually be the only map in the map pool where you can take your natural expansion and not die for taking it.
Yeah, that's true.
Double wide ramp, 2 force fields, and this ramp is safe. Nothing is going to be able to get past that, aside from massive units that just laugh at your force fields.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I think Andrew's going to DT rush this game. Heard it here first.
Heard it here first?
Heard it here first. Okay. I don't know, man, because Andrew, his style, he really favors that fast Nexus play. In the first game, he somehow survived the attack by SaroVati. I'm still not quite sure how that happened, but I think Andrew's going to try and switch it up a little bit. I think he's going to need to go something like DTs. SaroVati's, I think, he's just got him zoned in, man.
All right, there you go. Side bets. About $1,500 on DT Rush.
No, man, not on stream, bro. Not on stream, bro. That's illegal.
That was a joke. We're not actually side betting.
Hilarious.
So yeah, just hilarious. Enough illegal shenanigans. Moving on right now, we have the gateway going down right now for SaroVati. Gateway going down for Andro. Andro's going to be going for the wall in once again. He wants to be a little bit more defensive here.
Yep. We'll
have to see if that works out in his favor or not. It actually worked out for him in the last game. SaroVati was doing a really good job of keeping him in his base, and then just one little slip on that Zelnaga tower, and he loses the game instantly. So pretty unfortunate there for him, but that's going to be a little bit harder to do on this map. It's going to be a little bit harder to see everything that's going on this map. There's all the different attack paths. The map is much wider overall, and that's really going to play into how things work out. There's only one Zelnaga tower here in the center of the map. It's only going to see 3 out of the 5 attack paths that exist on this map here, and it's going to be pretty easy for these players to actually just swing around. And I think if was ever a map left in the map pool to get a macro game on, and a Protoss versus Protoss,
this is probably it.
Yeah. Or a DT rush.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. His gas just got stolen. Andrew's gas, I should say, just got stolen. SaroVati, I mean, SaroVati is playing really well this series. You know, he's just, yeah. I mean, he's just like that second game, that previous game. He
that wasn't really even a mistake. He just moved out, and
yeah, like he was. You know, by leaps and bounds he was ahead. And it was just that one little mistake, you're right, that sort of cost him. And he messed with Andrew's build by such a huge amount. And once again, Andrew pulling probes to take care of that gas geyser.
And you can actually see there's a pretty big difference in between the incomes once these probes actually come off the line.
Yeah.
It's a good 150 minerals a minute, and this is similar. You still got a way to go, so that is similar to, I think, it probably actually paid for itself in terms of money lost.
Oh, absolutely.
Opportunity cost there for Andro.
Especially with the probes being off the line. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely worked out well for him. And now that I think SaroVati knows that, he's going to do it pretty much every game. And that not only shutting down, or not only taking away some money from Andro, who just likes to throw some probes at this so he can get that second gas, or get that second gas a little bit earlier. It also really puts a delay on, like we were saying earlier, things like a Dark Templar rush, or maybe even some Stargate play.
Yep. And it's actually sort of interesting. Judging by Andrew's build, he does not afraid of anything. He's still maintaining his 2 Gateway Twilight Council build, which is pretty interesting, man. He's been, you know, his attempts to expand have sort of been foiled by the same 3-gate pressure, but he's sticking with it. He has confidence in his build. It's really impressive to see, actually. SaroVati this game, however, is going for the robotics facility instead of his normal 3-gate. Maybe they're both gearing up for a fast expand, maybe? That's what I think's happening.
Oh, SaroVati's going to lose this first stalker here.
Oh,
One more shot, pew, pew, there it goes. And Andro's going to just sit back. Look at that, he's going to go straight for an expansion here.
Yeah.
This is... And SaroVati's going to go straight to 1 base Colossus.
Yeah, oh man, this is going to be really tricky. What might end up happening is the Nexus might finish early enough that it'll pay off for him. It might end up being sort of the TVP 1-1-1 dynamic, where you want to expand really quickly, and then, you know, quickly enough that it pays off for you so you can have more gateways. Maybe that will happen here with his Colossus. This is
going to be a really weird game. And look at that.
Yeah.
An expansion for SaroVati is going to go down, and
This is a really unorthodox game.
It actually gets scouted by Andro. Like we were saying, if there was ever a map for a macro game, this is going to be it.
Yeah, you're right. Good call.
Macro games, as far as PvP are concerned, is whenever they make a second Nexus and it doesn't explode instantly. So
that's the thing about PvP, man. Like if they ever go past 9 minutes, PvPs are just epic. I love PvP, man.
And look at that. Andro did not see this robotics bay, which is going to be absolutely huge.
Big supply block for SaroVati, actually. That's a bit of a misstep. He does not want that.
Well, I'm only the best players want Protoss or pylon blocks because they just want to handicap themselves. Like I don't even need to make units for like 5 minutes, and I'll still beat you.
I'm pretty sure if I was to like look over him right now, he'd be playing one-handed, coke in one hand, you know.
Babe in the other.
Yeah.
Woke up on the beach.
He's got you know, like those red keycaps, except the only button with a keycap is the F key.
This is a pretty big attack coming in for Andrew right now. 6 Stalkers. He's going to do a little bit of damage to this here Nexus and Gateway.
Oh, blink, nice.
Yeah, he's got a pretty quick blink here. He does manage to pick off one of those Stalkers here, and a few reinforcements coming in. First Colossus is about halfway done. I don't think he's going to be able to pick off this Nexus, but he does want to be able to weaken this army as much as he possibly can. He's got to be very careful with that Colossus once it does come out. And looks like SaroVati is going to be able to deter this attack. Guardian Shield has finally worn off. Here comes some more reinforcements from, looking like they're actually walking right across the map. Sees that Colossus, he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. This is a really interesting game. Andro, I know from playing so many games with Andro, and I've played a lot of games with Andro. He's most comfortable in the late game, and he's going to try and pressure with this blink as best as he can. Colossus is going to be really good for SaroVati though, but they've both secured their Nexuses. The probe count they're basically dead even, and they're about to jump on their gases here. Their natural's pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, so extended thermal lance is just about to complete, and once that happens, SaroVati is going to be able to, if he needs to, fall back onto the high ground as well.
Oh, the Colossus!
Oh, and the blink forward.
Oh!
It's going to get sniped, and that is not going to be very good for Andro at all. These reinforcements, I think SaroVati could actually lose right here. He's going to have to be very, very careful with this next round of warpings. Here comes his next Colossus,
though, yeah.
And if he loses this one, that might be lights out. But not enough reinforcements here for Andro. He is going to have to fall back for the time being. Very close there for SaroVati. He's right at the water's edge, cliff's edge. You know, the edge of something. I thought of it and I was like, that sounds great. And it came out, I was like, that's not right. That ain't right.
No, but yeah, man, I'd say that paid off for Andro. Like,
look at this. He's actually got a probe hidden behind the tree.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you don't have unit health bars on, this is really bad.
That probe might as well be cloaked, man.
Like, I can barely see the purple and the gold behind it, but he doesn't actually have vision. Actually, he does have vision of it. You can see it on the mini-map.
Oh,
there
pylon.
goes the pylon. There's no units here to actually deal with this, so this catches him off guard. This is going to cause a lot of problems. This Colossus is going to lose its shields. So everybody realizing that he's got to be really careful. This Colossus is going to get an Immortal out here. And that's going to help him because now if those Stalkers do blink into range of that Immortal, they're going to take a lot of damage. It's going to take a lot of Stalker fire to take that Immortal out.
He catches the pylon in his natural, actually. That's, you know, that's good. He's got his eyes on the minimap. That's always good. That definitely could have bit him for sure. He's got 3 warp gates up and only blink Stalkers in the middle of the map. I don't know if he should be pushing at this point anymore though. He can always blink out, but I mean, oh man, was not cost effective. I don't think. Took a bit of hull damage. Only lost 1 Stalker, but still.
Yeah, I think at this point Andro's going to have to fall back and try and consolidate his forces and get some tech up. He's got a robotics support bay on the way.
He's building a second robo
right now, and that's exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah,
if he can use this blink to keep SaroVati in his base, and then pump double robo Colossus and get his Colossus count higher than SaroVati, he'll basically be able to run him over.
Oh,
but he's got to be really careful with how many Stalkers he's going to lose to these Colossus. 1 goes down, and he's going to try to get a few Zealot kills. Another Stalker goes down. A lot of these Stalkers taking a lot of damage. You basically can't afford to be losing units when he's trying to buy time like this.
Yeah, SaroVati actually has great map awareness. He saw that blinking coming a mile away. That he was, you know, Andro was just gearing up to do it, and SaroVati was already halfway back into his main. Andro also blocking the 3rd base with a pylon. That's pretty cute, actually. And gearing up to take a 3rd of his own, which is really unorthodox. It's a really early 3rd, especially considering how many Colossus are out for SaroVati. This game, man. If Andro can get out the Colossus numbers that he wants, and gets his 3rd base up at the same time, he's going to be poised to take this game. He's going to just have a beastly Colossus number if SaroVati sits back and lets him do that.
Yeah, but SaroVati's going to hit that 4 Colossus timing, and that is generally when a lot of Protoss players are like, all right, I got 4 Colossus, time to go and eat everything. The question is he actually going to go and do that? He's yet to start another. Oh, he is going to go for the 5th Colossus here. No reason to stop that Colossus production. Observer's still hanging out here. Top of the base, there goes the blink, and again, like I said before, this is exactly what Andro needs to do. He needs to blink into the main base, do a bunch of damage, blink out, and keep SaroVati in the base being defensive, rather than attacking with these 4 Colossus, so that Andro can get his Colossus count up.
Really nice blink.
Pretty good job right now.
Oh yeah, and he's doing it perfectly as well. Because SaroVati had just scouted the 3rd, and the instant he scouts the 3rd, he blinks into his main and holds him there. And there's not too much SaroVati can do at this point, man. Even though, like, in a straight-up fight, SaroVati's army will just absolutely crush Andro's, but Andro is doing a fantastic job buying time. SaroVati building a forward pylon there to the left of the Zalnaga tower, though. Maybe he'll be able to blink in a few warp in a few stalkers and do a bit of damage. Andro blinking into the main once again, killing a gas geyser and more probes, just being incredibly annoying. SaroVati trying to cut him off a little bit, though. Oh, man.
He's got to be really careful where he positions his army. If he positions it too far over here, the stalkers blink up and start killing off probes and pylons and do a bunch of damage to the Nexus and a bunch of bad stuff damage. If he keeps his entire army over here, then they just blink up right here and do a bunch of damage. So, and you know, if he leaves his army out a little bit too far, then they just blink in all over the place. There's really no single correct answer for this aside from just go freaking kill him. And now that he's got 5 Colossus as compared to the grand total of 3 for Andro, he's going to be getting up to his 5th Colossus.
This is going to be the deciding battle, I think, man.
This is going to be the deciding battle, for sure.
This is going to determine who...
This battle could not be more even right now either. 135 supply to 131. SaroVati is going to go into a little bit of an unfavorable position, but he's got these long-range Colossus. He could be doing a lot of damage from long range. It's going to be very, very crucial that Andro selects how he wants to take this.
Oh, man.
Nice blink. He's going to be able to take down the first Colossus. SaroVati is going to press forward. He takes down the Colossus as well. Colossus count now in favor of SaroVati. He's making short work of those stalkers.
Nice
Another blink forward. And both of these players, Colossus going down everywhere. Probes are going to come off the line, and this is going to be pretty bad for, it looks like...
Andro holds.
Andro is going to hold. He's still got 3 Colossus. Going to be able to replenish those stalkers pretty easily.
And that's the main thing, is the fact that he's retaining his Colossus. That's extremely important in this matchup. 3 Colossus remaining after a big battle. That is huge for Andro, and he's got his 3rd base up. This is, man, I think he's got this. He's in a great position. He's at a clear advantage right now. Supplies are still fairly even, but in terms of advantage, I'm going to have to give it to Andro.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. He's got, SaroVati's got a 2nd Colossus out on the field right now, but it's 2 to 4 Colossus. And that is a huge difference. 2 to 4 Colossus, those 4 Colossus can basically walk up and start one-shotting your army. Your 2 Colossus will basically evaporate really, really quickly to the enemy's Colossus, as well as the blinks forward. And, you know, critical mass is the word I'm trying to get out. 2 is not that number. 4, 5, 6 is a number of Colossus where once you get that many Colossus out, just... can't deal with it.
He just can't deal with it, man. He wants to deal with it, but he just can't deal with it. And the other thing to point out too is the upgrades. The fact that Andro is at 1-2 and SaroVati's at 0-0. That's major. You can absolutely tell from Andro's play that he's been playing for the late game the entire time. And if for anyone that's ever seen Andro play or played him or anything like that, like we're about to see any minute now. We're about to see the Great Walls of Andro, where he just takes massive amounts of gateways and just builds them at basically every choke on the entire map. And it's going to make any aggression from SaroVati basically impossible. Still the forward pylons by Andro just wreaking havoc, warping in 1 or 2 zealots at a time. Going to go kill some more probes. SaroVati's 3rd base is only now about to finish. 6 Colossus now for Andro. Upgrades, continue to accumulate. Andro, man, he is in solid position.
Yeah, with this many Colossus, it's once you get over 6 Colossus, you kind of get diminishing returns, because 6 Colossus can basically eat everything alive no matter what.
Yeah. The main thing is that the fact that after the battle he's still going to have a butt ton of Colossus remaining. Exactly. Yeah. So that's the main dynamic that we're going to be paying attention to here.
1 full numeric butt. Yeah. We're basically just waiting for this next big engagement. Andro did manage to spot the one of the only forward pylons that SaroVati has. He's also got one over here this expansion, but it is blocked by a pylon, so I don't think Andro's intending on taking it anytime soon here. Andro's basically just being defensive, trying to get his Colossus count as high as he possibly can, getting those upgrades, more gateways, another robotics facility, and I think he's decided that he's hit his timing.
Now is the time.
Good spread here from SaroVati, but he's going to have to be very, very careful with how he handles this, as that is just so many Colossus.
Yeah, despite the probe count and despite the supplies, which are still dead even, by the way, SaroVati still has a ferocious army. That's a lot of Stalkers, despite the fact that he only has, how many? 4 Colossus. Andro's upgrades, I think, are going to see him through any fight that'll happen. He's also got, like you mentioned, his 3rd robotics. He's going to be able to replenish those Colossus much faster than SaroVati will, who's only on 1 robo. Yeah, man. SaroVati's going to need to make something happen. He's going to need to take a decisive battle. He's going to need to kill like 8 Colossus in order to crawl back into this game.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's going to have what he needs to do. He's going for a Templar Archives right now.
Yeah, and the walls, as you can see, he's building walls. Those 3 gateways coupled with the cannon. Yeah, it's like the Great Walls of Andro, man. And the thing is coupled between his walls and the fact that he has such nice map vision. SaroVati, he's against a wall, literally.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to point out earlier is Andro's got probes positioned all over the place, or I guess now he's built pylons, but he's seen all the attack paths. He knows where he needs to be positioning these units, and there actually is no way that SaroVati can move across a map without Andro knowing, and that's exactly what he needs at this point.
Yeah.
It looks like this expansion year is going to get scouted out by Andro, and maybe he'll move to deny it, maybe he'll move to end the game. The supply counts are still pretty even, but what's the deciding factor here is that there's now 9 Colossus for Andro versus the 6 of SaroVati. SaroVati with no upgrades whatsoever. Yeah,
and it's worth noting as well. Those forward pylons that Andro has on the left side of the map. He continues to warp in like 1 or 2 zealots at a time. If you look at the workers lost thing, he's lost 30 workers just by this constant, just super annoying zealot harass. He keeps warping in 1 or 2. SaroVati doesn't even have a forge yet. He's got no cannons and he has no upgrades. I just don't see what options SaroVati has. He doesn't have many, to be sure.
Yeah, so blink forward and we're gonna kill a few stalkers here. But look at this. A huge chunk of the army is going to get caught out of position by the Colossus, and SaroVati is now going to get caught into this very small corner. A huge surface area by the Colossus. You can see just how much damage they are doing. The blink forward by SaroVati. He's going to start focus firing down these Colossus. There is just so many Colossus lasers going on right now. War of the Worlds is going on right now, and that is going to be a GG for the Colossus Master with the Wall of Andro. And there it is. It's going to go to 2-1, match point for Andro. Next map is going to be SaroVati's choice. We're going to come back in just a few seconds with that. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line. When we're out of data, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke, haha, that chance. Anyway,
Okay, and we're back. This is going to be game 4.